I came to Illinois State because of our nursing program and its reputation. We have one of the top NCLEX pass rates in the state, and ours this year was 96%. In addition to nursing, I'm also on the ISU dance team. Trying out for this team has been one of the best decisions I've made because of the lifelong friendships I've gained and the fact that it serves as a great stress reliever, which is very much needed when you are a nursing major.
Currently, I'm majoring in secondary mathematics education while double minoring in civic engagement and responsibility, as well as women's gender and sexuality studies. I also have a strong passion for vocal music, and am currently a member of one of our choirs here called Men's Glee. I've had the opportunity to be selected as a fellow for the Center for Civic Engagement. It's important to remember that a college education is a lot more than just getting a degree and learning the skills needed for your job. It's about enjoying life and making a difference in the lives of those around you.
Growing up, I always wanted to explore the world outside of my hometown, London. And here I am. My favorite class this semester is Advanced TV Production. We get hands-on experience working on a news package and get to work on a live studio. The Multicultural Center is the perfect place to meet new people, and the staff there are super friendly. And here is where I found and joined the Black Student Union. It automatically felt like my home away from home, and I made instant connections.
Ever since I can remember, my goal was to compete on a Division I track and field team. I had no idea what I was signing up for, but what I did know was that Illinois State was the perfect fit for me. The excitement and energy that comes with competing and winning championships is unreal. And the memories of accepting trophies, breaking records, and making history are unmatched. Being a student athlete at ISU has shown me that it is possible to continue competing and doing what I love, along with gaining valuable experience for my future career.
I knew early on that ISU was the right choice for me. But what I didn't know was that Illinois State would be so far ahead of the curve in the area that I love. ISU has supported esports programs and various gaming clubs far more than most universities in the country. The creation of our incredible new Redbird Gaming Complex is focused solely on esports and gaming to foster new communities and friendships. It will serve as a community center for people to find others with similar interests while providing encouragement to continue in a hobby that has been historically stigmatized as antisocial.
Academically, I hold a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and I'm currently pursuing my specialist degree in school psychology. I have learned that life is not a linear path, but to take every opportunity that comes your way because you never know where it will take you. Once I graduate with my specialist degree in school psychology, I hope to work in schools to help advocate for children as well as open up a nonprofit organization. My dreams and goals are big, but I hope to make an impact on this world.
I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and I had no idea what life would be like. But I'm so glad that I chose ISU because this campus has become my second home. From reporting for TV10 and The Vidette, I've gotten the chance to connect with interesting people across Bloomington Normal. I also joined the Student Sustainability Committee, where I've gotten the chance to help create a greener campus. And I'm a member of the ISU All-Girl Cheerleading Team, where I've met amazing athletes who have become my second family.
Our physics program emphasizes personal attention, and the ability to work with faculty closely has made my experience amazing. I got involved in research my first year at ISU by joining Dr. Mahua's BISOS group, which looks into the fabrication of nanometer-scale materials for emerging technologies. Here at ISU, a college education is more than learning skills for a job. It's about learning how to find answers to unknown questions through research. Whatever you choose to do, there's a spot for you here at ISU.
We heard from students creating their legacies in the classroom, in the community, in the research lab, under the big top, and even as an athlete, esports or otherwise. What an awesome place, full of awesome people. Go Redbirds! Welcome to Illinois State University. This is the College Tour.
The theater and dance program here at Illinois State is amazing. The Bachelor of Fine Arts Acting program allows students to take classes that educate them not only on the craft of being a performer, but also working behind the stage. When I'm all done with my classes, ISU will set up a talent showcase in front of agents nationwide in order to help me find opportunities post-graduation.
Within the first 3 days at ISU, while I was still trying to figure my way, a classmate stopped by my door and asked if I wanted to juggle. I thought, why not? And after juggling for a bit, he invited me to join the Gamma Phi Circus. Safe to say, that's been the best decision I've ever made. The circus has introduced me to my best friends and was a reason to strive to be better and do better here at Illinois State University. It has not only taught me lessons regarding commitment and respect to my peers and the arts, but also showed me what I'm truly capable of. ISU has helped me juggle a degree in communications with a minor in sociology while experiencing performing in the professional world.
I came to Illinois State because of our nursing program and its reputation. We have one of the top NCLEX pass rates in the state, and ours this year was 96%. In addition to nursing, I'm also on the ISU dance team. Trying out for this team has been one of the best decisions I've made because of the lifelong friendships I've gained and the fact that it serves as a great stress reliever, which is very much needed when you are a nursing major.
Currently, I'm majoring in secondary mathematics education while double minoring in civic engagement and responsibility, as well as women's gender and sexuality studies. I also have a strong passion for vocal music, and I'm currently a member of one of our choirs here called Men's Glee. I've had the opportunity to be selected as a fellow for the Center for Civic Engagement. It's important to remember that a college education is a lot more than just getting a degree and learning the skills needed for your job. It's about enjoying life and making a difference in the lives of those around you.
Growing up, I always wanted to explore the world outside of my hometown, London. And here I am. My favorite class this semester is Advanced TV Production. We get hands-on experience working on a news package and get to work on a live studio. The Multicultural Center is the perfect place to meet new people, and the staff there are super friendly. And here is where I found and joined the Black Student Union. It automatically felt like my home away from home, and I made instant connections.
Ever since I can remember, my goal was to compete on a Division I track and field team. I had no idea what I was signing up for, but what I did know was that Illinois State was the perfect fit for me. The excitement and energy that comes with competing and winning championships is unreal. And the memories of accepting trophies, breaking records, and making history are unmatched. Being a student athlete at ISU has shown me that it is possible to continue competing and doing what I love, along with gaining valuable experience for my future career.
I knew early on that ISU was the right choice for me. But what I didn't know was that Illinois State would be so far ahead of the curve in the area that I love. ISU has supported esports programs and various gaming clubs far more than most universities in the country. The creation of our incredible new Redbird Gaming Complex is focused solely on esports and gaming to foster new communities and friendships. It will serve as a community center for people to find others with similar interests while providing encouragement to continue in a hobby that has been historically stigmatized as antisocial.
Academically, I hold a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and I'm currently pursuing my specialist degree in school psychology. I have learned that life is not a linear path, but to take every opportunity that comes your way because you never know where it will take you. Once I graduate with my specialist degree in school psychology, I hope to work in schools to help advocate for children as well as open up a nonprofit organization. My dreams and goals are big, but I hope to make an impact on this world.
I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and I had no idea what life would be like. But I'm so glad that I chose ISU because this campus has become my second home. From reporting for TV 10 and the Vedette, I've gotten the chance to connect with interesting people across Bloomington Normal. I also joined the Student Sustainability Committee, where I've gotten the chance to help create a greener campus. And I'm a member of the ISU All-Girl Cheerleading Team, where I've met amazing athletes who have become my second family.
Our physics program emphasizes personal attention, and the ability to work with faculty closely has made my experience amazing. I got involved in research my first year at ISU by joining Dr. Mahua's BISOS group, which looks into the fabrication of nanometer-scale materials for emerging technologies. Here at ISU, a college education is more than learning skills for a job. It's about learning how to find answers to unknown questions through research. Whatever you choose to do, there's a spot for you here at ISU.
We heard from students creating their legacies in the classroom, in the community, in the research lab, under the big top, and even as an athlete, esports or otherwise. What an honor.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2022 State of the University Address. My name is Martha Callison-Horst, and I'm the chair of the Academic Senate here at Illinois State University. This event is sponsored under the auspices of the Academic Senate and is my responsibility and privilege to introduce the State of the University Address. After the President's speech, there will be a question and answer session, followed by a reception in the lobby. Everybody is invited to attend. The Academic Senate is the cornerstone of shared governance activities at Illinois State University. We represent virtually every constituency on campus, including students, administrators, civil service staff, administrative professionals, and faculty, whether faculty associates, non-tenure track, or tenure track. Our main charge is to review policies in the academic area broadly understood. In addition to serving as the chair of the Academic Senate, I am also professor of music theory and composition at the Woonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts. People often ask me if I do my music composing at the piano or the computer, and I have to confess it's really neither. In the tradition of Beethoven, I actually spend a lot of time thinking about both music and shared governance as I walk around our campus. I live in the Old North Normal Historic District, which is right next to the university, in a home once occupied by former President Fairchild. When I walk up and down my street, which is Normal Avenue, I see a lot of history of Illinois State right in front of me. Normal Avenue, a street named after the founding mission of the university. Normal Avenue, a street with 100-plus-year-old homes that date back almost to the beginning of the university and the town. Normal Avenue dead ends into the Bone Student Center, which was built in 1971 and renamed in 1982 in honor of one of our greatest presidents. As I mentioned, my home was once occupied by President Fairchild, who in the 1930s first established policies that involved faculty in the process of shared governance at Illinois State University. Under his leadership, the first faculty senate was established in 1935. And how cool is that? That the founder of shared governance in that house lives the current Senate chair, and actually my husband is the former academic Senate chair. Our university is steeped in history and tradition with connections all the way back to President Abraham Lincoln. My street has all sorts of memories of the university's rich and storied past. But now when I walk up and down Normal Avenue, I see more than our past. I can also envision an incredible future for Illinois State. I wonder what Normal Avenue will be like with a major college of engineering only a few blocks away. Will my street become a neighborhood filled with engineering professors? Will there be startup companies and offices right a few blocks away on Main Street? As I walk down Normal Avenue and by the new nursing simulation lab, I wonder about how this lab and this program might expand and grow. Will this building house one of the state's largest colleges of nursing in the future? At the end of Normal Avenue is the Bone Student Center, and we will soon have the ISU Esports Gaming Center and Arena that will house the state's first public university esports program. I can tell you my son is really excited about that. Decades from now, when people walk by the John Green Building or the renovated esports complex or the nursing simulation lab, I think those people will say that's when ISU really started to take off. That's a time when the university leadership was bold and innovative and really forward-thinking. Yes, we have a deep and rich history, but we also have a bright and hopeful future ahead of it. We are beginning to see that future materialize right in front of us. We have so much to look forward to at Illinois State, and the person who is helping the university realize this potential is President Terry Goss Kinsey. Although she only began approximately 1 year ago, she has already accomplished quite a lot. During her 1-year tenure, the IBHE approved a new College of Engineering at Illinois State University, designed with an equity lens to help close the longstanding gaps in enrollment, retention, and graduation of underrepresented and underserved students. During her 1-year tenure, she navigated the university through a second full year of COVID, using both compassion and logic informed by her strong scientific background. During her 1-year tenure, Illinois State welcomed the largest freshman class in 35 years, a class that is not only academically talented, but also more diverse. As well, during her 1-year tenure, President Kinsey has been a terrific advocate for women leaders. Last year, she hosted an outstanding event that brought together women leaders from across the campus. And she's been a terrific role model. She is continually supportive, upbeat, and a positive influence to those working around her. A lot is happening here at Illinois State University, and a lot of it is due to the strong leadership of President Terry Kinsey. So now it is my great honor to introduce to the stage Illinois State University's 20th president, Dr. Terry Goss Kinsey.
Thank you, Senator Horst, for your kind words and for your service. Students, faculty, staff members, alumni, and Redbird friends, good afternoon and welcome. I appreciate you taking time to join me for this year's State of the University Address. I want to extend my personal thanks to the Academic Senate and to everyone joining us in person and those watching on our live stream this afternoon. And I want to start by taking a few moments to make several introductions. When I introduce you, please stand. I'd like to start with the members of the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University. Board Chair, Dr. Marianne Louderback. Board Secretary, Dr. Kathy Bone. Board Member, Mr. Robert Dobsky. And Student Trustee, Ash Ebakumi. Thank you for your service. We're also pleased to have leaders from state and community government joining us today. Terry Brady, representing State Representative Dan Brady, and Normal Mayor Chris Coos. Could you please stand to be recognized? Thank you for being with us today. Of course, our leaders in shared governance are with us today. Academic Senate Chair, Dr. Martha Horst, if you could stand. Civil Service Council Chair, Stuart Palmer. AP Council Chair, Amy Secretan, and Student Government Association President, Patrick Walsh. Thank you for your service. And a university needs strong leadership. And so I'm pleased that the members of the cabinet, all of whose respective areas help to advance our mission, are here with us today. So if the members of the cabinet could please stand and be recognized. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce someone who shares my passion and love for Illinois State University, even in this short time, my husband, Scott Kinsey. So this now marks my second State of University address. It was only a few months into my new role here when I last took this stage. And I want to thank everyone for sharing their stories of ISU history and their dreams for the future. It has been a year of opportunities to learn, to listen, and to look ahead. So in 2032, this institution will be 175 years young and celebrating its demi-semi-sept centennial. Okay, now say it with me so you're ready in 10 years. Demi-semi-sept centennial. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? But there's also a well-known exercise often used in strategic planning called visioning the future. And that's where we look 10 years or more into the future for an organization, and we visualize the overall success and reputation, for example, of ISU, and what that would look like 10 or more years from now. But we don't specifically cite the success. We think about how we will be recognized by our peers 10 years from now in 2032. So just imagine ISU reaching new heights of recognition and achievement, perhaps by an organization like the Association of Public and Land-Grant Universities. So now consider that right now, we are already actively working on what lies ahead in the year 2027. And so what advances will our university see 5 years from now? So I'd like you to join me on envisioning the future of Illinois State University. So at Illinois State University in 2027, you will see students walking to classes in the new College of Engineering. Their coursework readies them to tackle the biggest challenges in their field. And they're not talking about slowly changing a stagnant culture. They are part of a new standard of equity in engineering. Now, we know then, as we know now, that it was the work of all of those who helped make this vision of a College of Engineering a reality. The Illinois Board of Higher Education and the Illinois State University Board of Trustees gave a green light to this project, and it's thanks to the work of so many. So for all of you who've been involved in us being on this path to the College of Engineering, please rise and be acknowledged for all of your hard work and all the hard work to come. At our ISU, students will be living and dining in a brand new residence hall. So everyone walking or biking or driving around South Campus is going to be talking about the new 1,200-bed residence hall and 700-seat dining center. And the cranes that help to build those facilities are a symbol of growth and positivity for the community as they were built. Now, our alumni fondly reminisce about when it was Atkins Colby and Hamilton Witten residence halls, but are excited for our students and how they have an experience on campus living and dining in modern times. And we know they'll be thinking about how great it would have been when they were here to live in such a modern, state-of-the-art residence and dining hall. And in 2027, people will say that it was Illinois State that stepped up to meet the nursing shortage head-on. Springfield will be abuzz with the incredible nursing students and recent graduates making a difference in their area, thanks to the innovative industry partnership with Memorial Health and the Mennonite College of Nursing that was announced back in 2022. Of course, Mennonite College graduates remain the most sought after in the field, armed with the experiences they gained in the expanded and innovated Simulation Center in Normal that cultivated their skills and their confidence. In our ISU of 2027, symphony halls, art galleries, screens and stages are celebrating the artistic talents flowing from Illinois State University, catapulted by the transformed halls of the Fine Art Complex. We will speak of that complex with the reverence we used back in 2022 about the revitalized Bone Center, Student Center, when it reopened. And we will unveil the impact of the continued gift of creativity from the generosity of Thomas Clement and Wansuk Kim for the College of Fine Arts, fully realizing those investments along with those of the state of Illinois and Illinois State University and their ability to impact the faculty and student experience. Our ISU 2027 map looks a little different, and we're looking for more names on those committed to investing in students and the university by boldly placing their names on buildings, halls, rooms, and centers. This is just one of the ways that we acknowledge the tens of thousands of people who donate to Illinois State University. The names on our map are likely some of the people who were watching the State of the University address in 2022. And we remember that fiscal year when 14,500 donors gave $31.2 million to Illinois State University, the third largest fundraising year in history, and included naming such as the club at Hancock Stadium being named for the late athletic director, Aaron Leach. We remember that the foundation of our future was at the beginning helped by the fact we raised the bar on our philanthropic support at Illinois State. And of course, when people talk about the global standard for teaching, they talk of our Illinois State. Our Pathways for Teachers staying connected to neighborhoods and communities is a model for educators around the world. They look to Illinois State to understand the importance of community-based partnerships. They are only beginning to understand what our students already know, thanks to their studies in the College of Education and their experiences in the ISU National Center for Urban Education. And by 2027, we have redefined the word legacy. Now the word means more than students who attend their parents' alma mater. It means parents who follow their children in studies, creating Illinois State graduates across generations. When we greet these alumni, they tell us of the inspiration and support they received at Illinois State, whether they were in the TRIO program or the initial phases of the Hope Chicago program, and how they and other first-gen graduates look to inspire their families, and stories of Chicago Hope students who inspired their parents, who may even be Illinois State alums themselves. In 2027, we will witness the ways our core values are adapted and evolved, the ways we will have built reality from our aspirations of today. So we will see the fruits of the 2022 Sustainability Strategic Plan. It'll be in action with more courses in sustainable practices and ideas, further conservation and innovation for water, energy, and construction efforts, and sustainable transformation initiatives for ISU and our community. And our alumni are even more engaged than they were in 2022 as civic-minded citizens. We know that because our high student voter turnout predicts it. We know that the roots of their engagement was cultivated at Illinois State University, when back in 2022, we were ranked as one of America's best colleges for student voting by Washington Monthly. And the university hosted the gubernatorial election October 7th of that year and had many associated activities for our students, led by our students, to get them engaged in democracy in action. Additionally, back then, Illinois State was recognized with the American Association of State College and Universities 2021 Excellence and Innovation Award for civic learning and community engagement. So our campus is reshaped through the collaborative efforts that allowed us to envision a future that was equitable. The Multicultural Center will be celebrating more than 5 years as a place of belonging, a hub for understanding and community. Classrooms and curriculums are infused with teaching, scholarly, and creative efforts from faculty who promote equity, diversity, and inclusion, some of whom joined Illinois State through the Faculty Diversity Enhancement Program. That $4.5 million program started in 2022, helped advance teaching, scholarly and creative efforts of new faculty who include equity, diversity, and inclusion in their research, teaching, service, and mentoring. Unconscious bias in faculty and staff searches are tackled up front as we build upon the lessons from Human Resources Search Advocate Program. And leaders flourish through the newly created Office of Equity and Inclusion, established in 2022. This office, housed in the old Union, will be the center point for collaboration and creative thinking across campus, and led by the cabinet-level Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer, Dr. Doris Houston, who started those efforts in the Office of the President, served as the first person to hold this position. And in 2022, she and Dean Dallas Long co-chaired the search committee for this position. With the guidance of the President's Diversity and Inclusion Council, these critical efforts were formalized and given a home at Illinois State University. And I'd like to recognize Dr. Doris Houston and all the members of DIAC that could join us today for their efforts to get us to that place in 2022 towards our bright future. If you could please stand. We continue to hold ourselves accountable for the equity lessons we learned in the 2015 campus survey. And we expanded that knowledge with the findings from a survey conducted in fall of 2022, which influences the university's efforts to further implement change even to 2027. You are a part of that future. Next week, all students, faculty, and staff will receive an email to complete the 2022 ISU Campus Inclusion Survey. This independently performed survey from Viewfinder will gauge our work on equity, diversity, and inclusion in all of its forms. I urge you to take the survey and help us to shape the future of our institution for the next 5 years. Now, one of the hardest things for us to predict is how our students' experiences will impact in the future. In our vision of Illinois State, our students will be international leaders, lauded for their contributions as they carry the lessons from their days here. Our alums will continue to advance to new and exciting positions, not just across the US, but across the world, and returning to ISU to be recognized by their alma mater. They will serve the needs of community at home across the world using memories of hands-on, inclusive service, for example, from our alternative spring break program. Advances in industry will be attributed to our students' breathtaking contributions in research as they go out into the world. We will know that they found their research legs in the labs of our faculty here at Illinois State University. Now, I don't know that any of us could have really predicted the importance of new fields like cybersecurity or the draw of esports to prospective students. What we do know is that our cybersecurity students are well prepared in the halls of the newly renovated Julian Hall and making the world a safer place in 2027. Students will have a technical leg up on academics thanks to our fully implemented learning management system. We will be saying in the future how Canvas has transformed teaching and learning. And we will see incredible success from esports, virtual reality, and game design programs at Illinois State. That foundation was built in 2022, as our new state-of-the-art esports facility opened October 17th for our students, and as our programs were already recognized as leaders, not just in our state, but around the country in these important fields. And by the way, if anybody can predict what will take the world by storm in 2027, they'll make a lot of money. And the one thing that we always have to say is, perhaps we can't fully predict the next big idea, but I can predict the success of our student athletes. At ISU, the students we are watching now will be alums, playing on professional or national teams, coaching and leading in their fields. And we know that through their ISU experience, these student athletes cemented their status as those who excel from a holistic educational and athletic program. Their leadership and teamwork skills honed at Illinois State led, back in 2022, to 3 consecutive Missouri Valley Conference titles, which we expect that they will win again and again. That would be 8 years for those of you counting. They have taken what they have learned from the Best Name, Image, and Likeness program in the Missouri Valley Conference that started in the very first year of the NIL program and applied it not just to their experience at Illinois State, but in their careers in ways that no one can predict right now. In 5 years, the corporate engagement program that began at Illinois State University in 2022 has blossomed, expanding ISU collaboration even beyond Bloomington Normal to corporate partners near and far. In the coming weeks, we will begin to finalize the work with Unite, a corporate engagement strategy firm that's spun out of The Ohio State University. With this strategic partnership, we envision the possibilities for that future. Imagine businesses large and small partner with ISU, many of whom, of course, are hiring our students and our alums, others who work with student athletes on NIL agreements, and some who are running collaborative research and creative scholarship programs with our ISU faculty. Our vision of ISU in 2027 is not complete without mentioning our reputation as a flexible and responsive employer. We have and continue to seek the thoughts and ideas of the very people who are key to ISU's excellence. In the spring of 2022, we conducted the Staff Success Survey, and those results will be shared on a website in the Office of the President in the coming days. Now, at this time, in the present, athletics, academic affairs, finance and planning, student affairs, university advancement, and the Office of the President are combing through the results and determining divisional areas of focus for the coming year. Now, we anticipate that some of these will have common threads across the different focus areas, which will be addressed at the university level. And areas of specific divisions will be addressed by the appropriate divisions and departments in a collaborative way. But in the few months since the survey was conducted, the university has already made efforts to address concerns, especially around increasing the number of remote and flexible work agreements, even changing our policy, which used to be called alternative, to flexible workplace. And as of yesterday, there are more than 500 of these flexible work agreements in place. And we've modified our dress code so that you can dress for your day, and implemented a 3.5% merit-based salary increase for eligible employees effective September 1 of 2022, which will show up in paychecks in October. Similarly, in spring of 2022, the university conducted the Faculty Coach Survey. High-level results and next steps were shared at the Academic Senate last week, and the results are publicly available on the Provost website. What we learned from these surveys is a starting point and sets the stage for how we can continue to be responsive to faculty and staff needs as we think about the future and our commitment to providing a competitive package which includes benefits, pay, and work-life integration. And in 5 years, we will see how ISU has grown as a premier institution for professional development. Our Center for Integrated Professional Development leads the way with our faculty, and we find collaborations from the hundreds of opportunities offered across ISU that are designed in a framework of equity for all. It may take half of a decade, but I believe we will begin to understand the full impact of what we accomplished during a global pandemic. And for years to come, the 3 oak trees that have been planted at the university residence by the president in 2022 will serve to remind all presidents of Illinois State University of the commitment and the resilience of our students, faculty, and staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to specifically recognize the leadership of the COVID-19 team. That steering team continues to meet in what we hope are the waning days of the pandemic to make sure that we maintain the safest possible environment on campus. So if you're a member of the COVID steering team, or have been in the past, if you could please stand and be recognized for your hard work over the last seemingly numerous years. And how about a round of applause for our students, faculty, and staff who demonstrated that incredible resiliency, creativity, and steadfast commitment to health and safety and each other during the pandemic. You all deserve a round of applause. As we look to 2027, of course, all prospective students aspire to be Redbirds. And we'll remember in the fall of 2022, we welcomed the largest freshman class in 35 years, with 3,983 freshmen. This alone is remarkable, but our freshmen also have an average high school GPA of 3.64 on a 4.0 scale and an ACT of 24. There are 440 new students in our honors program, and 37% of the class of entering in 2022 are from traditionally underrepresented groups. In fact, 29.9% of the total student population in 2022 comes from traditionally underrepresented groups. And we continue to create innovative opportunities for students to thrive, and we maintain a continued focus on individualized attention, which has become a hallmark of an Illinois State educational experience. External recognition for the university continues to expand far beyond Central Illinois. International audiences have opportunities to see the campus and hear about our work. Much like the college tour video that was playing as you entered, which is available now on YouTube to share with family, friends, and of course prospective students, and premieres on Amazon Prime in November. Illinois State is a sought-after destination for speakers to share ideas and expose our students to a wide range of new ideas and identities. And Illinois State is celebrated for carving paths to innovative research excellence in numerous industries and disciplines. We are known as a go-to institution for tackling complex problems through research and creative scholarship. And we'll look back and say that that work received a shot in the arm through the Faculty Interdisciplinary Research Program starting in the fall of 2022. We will recall that this $3.25 million program accelerated interdisciplinary collaboration and fostered the emergence of pillars of excellence in research and creative scholarship at Illinois State University. This fall, the Office of Research and Sponsored Program will provide opportunities for faculty to learn more about this program. What I have presented today is a snapshot vision for the future of Illinois State. It is a shared vision of excellence, and it's one that includes you. We will do this and more based on our collective goals that will be laid out in our next strategic plan. I have appointed a steering team with the purpose of drafting the next iteration of the university's strategic plan, and that will run from 2023 to 2028. I think something happened to the slides. There we go. This will be a campus-wide effort with many constituencies engaged. As in past years, a strategic planning task force has been appointed to lead the way. I know they will have your full engagement and support in planning our vision and in seeing it come to fruition at Illinois State University. I want to thank you for joining me today and in our journey to the future.
Thank you very much, President Kinsey. We now have time for some questions from the audience. Would anybody like to ask a question of President Kinsey? There's microphones here. We do have some questions that came in via email, so I will ask one of those. The question is there a timeline for the Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer search? And is that search going to be external or internal?
Thank you, Senator Horst. We have appointed the co-chairs of the committee. We are just in the process of establishing the search committee, so we'll be reaching out and staffing the search committee. We have identified a national search firm. We're in the process of doing our agreement with them. They are expert in the area of very inclusive and successful searches. They will work with the team to create the position description. We will do a national search, but we welcome internal candidates. And the goal is to have that completed in the spring so the person is able to start sometime next summer.
Last chance. Questions from the audience? I have one more from the email. Who is involved in the initiative with Unite, and can you summarize what you anticipate this agreement will do for ISU?
So this initiative comes out of a meeting, and I want to thank Vice President Pat Vickerman for his leadership in bringing in Unite amongst all of our cabinet, but in particular, corporate engagement is strongly built on career services, continuing education, advancement, athletics, sponsorships, and all of the activities where we partner with people and corporations and small businesses. This initial scope is really what we call a scoping study. They'll be looking at our strengths and our areas for improvement and helping us build a plan where we can establish these very strong, strategic, holistic interactions. And this is a very inclusive process, so people that have an interest in this will have the opportunity to be a part of how we do this, to plan it, and how we execute it in the future. Our goal is that we help make it really easy for people to partner with us at Illinois State.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming. Thank you to President Kinsey for the State of the University address, and you're all invited to the reception in the lobby. Thank you very much.